Scott Tarasovich, Lydia Altimus, and Rachel Golenbreck. And we're going to talk to you today about James chapter 1, verses 1 through 11.
All right. In the beginning, he uses the word whenever we have trials and tribulations, and so he assumes that we will have trials, and it's possible that we can benefit from it. And it's also important to not pretend to be happy and to have a positive outlook. And a lot of times we can turn our hardships into a learning experience, and in that we can find perseverance.
In James 1, verses 5 through 8, it talks about doubt, and oftentimes when we think of doubt, we think that it's not acceptable to question God, but in reality, you can question God, but it's the manner in which you approach it, and you can, it's good to ask those big questions, but
It's more of the thing where you have to be mindful of the answer that you're going to get. You have to be prepared for what God has to say to you. And as Lydia said, it's okay to question God. That's how you learn about Him. But it's the attitude and the manner in which you do it. If you're set out to, not believe anything that you hear, then, as it mentions in James, you're double-minded and unstable. The last passage kind of breaks off of this and talks about the rich and the poor. With a brother in humble circumstances ought to take pride in his high position, but the one who is rich should take pride in his low position, because he will pass away like a wildflower. Now, in this passage, we're not seeing that it's saying wealth is a bad thing. It is a good thing, and it can do a lot of things to advance the kingdom of God, but it kind of echoes Ecclesiastes in the sense that both the rich and the poor man die the same fate. They both meet the same end, and thus not to put your treasure and hope into things of this world, but in who you are. And that outward beauty doesn't last. Inward beauty does. And it's more about the journey you're taking and who you become as a result of it, as so much as the material things you acquire.